Let's talk about how something pure, something you love, can twist into a high stakes obsession and cost you almost everything you have. This is one of those stories.
All right, I want you to picture this. We're going to drop you right into the moment it all starts. You're 17, standing in your driveway on a totally normal day, until suddenly it isn't.
You're just speechless. You can't even move. He gets out, smiles, and tosses you the keys. Take it around the block, he says. You've never even driven a stick shift before. You stall it, not once, but twice. You grind the gears. Ugh, it's clumsy, it's awkward, but then that sound, that specific whistle building up to this incredible scream, it just changes everything. It's like it literally rewires your brain in a single instant. You pull back into the driveway, you hand the keys back, and you're just in a total daze. And with just those three little words, your uncle sees it all. He validates that whole insane experience. He saw it in your eyes. He knew the hook was set. You don't sleep that night. Nope. You're already way down the rabbit hole, lost in forums and engine specs. The obsession, it's already begun. So, a moment like that is powerful, right? But how does that feeling, that spark, actually catch fire and turn into a full-blown project? How does it become real? Flash forward, you're 19 and you get your first car. It's a total beater, a $1,400 Civic that's seen much better days. But you don't care. You start working double shifts, you're living on rice and eggs for months on end, and I mean every single dollar goes into that car. Your first set of coilovers, your first exhaust. Your friends, they think you're absolutely crazy. And you are. You're completely obsessed. And then you find them. In some empty parking lot on a random Tuesday night, you find 60 other people who just get it, who feel the exact same fire you do. And for the first time in your entire life, you feel like you actually belong somewhere. Some guy nods at your build, gives you props, and then he drops this kind of cryptic invitation. It's such a simple line, but what it really is, it's a doorway. It signals the shift from a legal hobby in a parking lot to something much, much bigger. And just like that, you're off, chasing those lights. This is the part of the story where the stakes get a whole lot higher, where the adrenaline of the build gets replaced by the pure adrenaline of the race. And the way it happens, it's clear and it's dangerously simple. It all starts with that community, the car meet. Then it moves to a new spot, an overpass just outside the city, where the rules are different. And that, of course, leads to the ultimate test, your very first run. So you line up for the first time in that souped-up Civic. The car next to you is an Evo iX, a total monster. You have no business being there. The lights drop and everything is a blur. You lose. You get smoked. Badly. But here's the crazy part. It doesn't even matter. You did it. And that hunger for more, for another run, it's immediate. After the race, the local tuning legend, this guy named Marco, he sees something in you. He recognizes that raw potential. But what he says, it's both a confirmation and a huge challenge. Yeah, you've got the skill, but you definitely don't have the machine. And building that machine is going to cost way more than you have. And this right here, this is the turning point. This is when that pure passion for just being fast gets tangled up with something way more complicated. Serious, serious money. The goal isn't just to be fast anymore. Now it's to win. Okay, so you've been working a second job, pouring it all into the car, and you start winning these small purses. Then a man named Darius approaches you. He talks about private runs, closed circuits, real money. And he just throws out this number, $11,000, for one night. That's more than you make in a month. So, of course, you say yes. And the change is, well, it's night and day. You've left the world of modified Civics and kids from the neighborhood. Now you are surrounded by caged GTRs, purpose-built drag cars, and these men in suits making deals in the shadows. This isn't a hobby anymore. Not even close. It's a business. And you're doing really well in this new world. You're winning enough to get noticed. But one night, after a pretty big win, Darius sits you down and asks this simple but very loaded question. And the answer has nothing to do with a bigger turbo or a better tune. And there it is. That's the moment the fix is introduced. The moment racing stops being a sport and becomes a calculated transaction. He tells you to think about it. And with that one suggestion, the very last shred of innocence in all of this is just gone. You say yes to the fix, and for a while it works like a charm. The money is pouring in. But every choice has a consequence, right? And in this final act, you really start to feel the weight of all those choices.
The paranoia starts to creep in. A detective starts showing up at the meets, just watching. Then you hear a fellow racer's place got raided. They seize the cars, the cash, everything. And then, the final nail, your contact, Darius, just vanishes. Poof! Gone without a trace. The whole foundation is crumbling.
So it all comes down to this one night, the championship. You've been told what to do. Win it all. The lot is packed. There's more money, more people, more tension than you've ever felt before. You're in your GTR, all lined up for that final race. About 30 seconds before the lights are set to drop, your phone buzzes. You look down. It's just 3 words from an unknown number, a final warning, a last-second choice that is going to define absolutely everything. You look up and you see him, the detective. And he's not watching the track. He's watching you. The countdown starts. 3, 2, 1. The lights drop. The other car launches like a rocket. And you just sit there. The engine's running, your hands are on the wheel, but you just sit. Then you put the car in reverse, and you drive away from it all. 11 days later, the whole circuit gets raided. Arrests are made. But your name isn't on the list. You sell the GTR. You sell the Supra. You sell everything, except for that original beat-up Civic. The contrast is just brutal. You had everything, a garage full of power, and you gave it all up. So what's left? After all that, after the money, the power, the fear, it's all gone. You lost almost everything. The obsession nearly destroyed you. But as you sit in that old Civic, you turn the key, and deep down, past all the loss, you realize the one thing that never left you. The thing that started this whole mess. It's still there. That pure, simple love for the sound of a turbo spooling up. It never really goes away.